What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Now, Juventus have crawled their way back up the table just a little bit to make things interesting and to maybe quell a little bit of the rumblings when it comes to Max Allegri, though we ain't done yet. We got to talk about that. 2 more matches remain. How will Juventus look going into this? And then what can they look like after the fact and going into the winter mercado? Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri. My name is Justin Sofro. Today it is Wednesday, November 9th, 2022. Of course, I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all the news you hear about each and every day. Before we do anything though, do me a solid favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, stay notified for all of our latest videos. Now, without any further ado, let's just get into it. The news that we have today, unfortunately, opens up with some bad statistics, and that is, of course, Gazzetta dello Sport reporting that since the start of training camp, back in July, 16 different players for Juventus have picked up an injury. In total, they missed 122 games combined for the club, which really, like, looking at it, it's astonishing, but at the same time, let's not mince words. We're not surprised. We are not surprised. If you've seen the club that Juventus had to, the squads that they've had to put out there at the beginning of the season to now, it's not surprising at all, though it is absolutely abysmal to have 122 games combined with all the players that have missed time for Juventus. Things have to get better. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. All right, let's continue on though to go along with the injury front. What do we have here? Well, some negativity here for you guys. Max Allegri has confirmed that Federico Chiesa is back out once again. He's out for the game against Hellas Verona as he is still recovering. Recovering from what? What's he recovering from? What does Federico Chiesa need to be out for? I don't understand that. Like, is there something else that's ruptured? Is there anything else going on with his leg? What's going on here? Why can't he not at least be on the bench? Somebody clarify that for me. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Hopefully Federico Chiesa is okay. 2 games. You have 2 games left. Like, what are we doing, right? Anyway, let's continue on, though, and let's talk about players that actually will be healthy and will be good to go. Well, it looks like Romeo Gresti is reporting that Angel Di Maria was in the team today with a view to being in the starting 11 versus Hellas Verona. So we will be able to rely on the foot of Di Maria, hopefully to help create some opportunities there. For the other guys, though, it looks like Dusan Vlahovic more than likely will be out of the starting 11. They will be still remain out for right now with injury, though. Here's the formation that we have. Giovanni Albanese is reporting that the probable formation for Juventus is a 3-5-2. We're looking at once again with Mattia Perin in goal, Daniele Rugani, Bonucci, and Danilo on that back line. Then you got Quadrado, Fagioli, the boy, my guy. I don't like to say the boy. You know what I meant. When I say the boy, I mean my boy, not the boy, because it's just a weird term. I don't like it. Anyway, it's just me. I don't know. And then Locatelli, Rabiot, and Kostic there. Kostic had another baller game. I still need to make a video bending the knee. I'll do it one of these days. And then Milik and Moise Kean there in the attack. We'll see what they can do. See if these guys can really get their act together. Continue on the streak. Though, if we're being honest, I feel like this match against Hellas Verona is not a situation that you really need. You shouldn't need help, right? This Hellas Verona squad looks abysmal. They are in absolute shambles. This is a team that you should be able to put away and put away early. They create some opportunities, but again, I just don't. I as much as again, sorry for all the vetoing I'm doing over here, but what I'm trying to get out is, it wouldn't surprise me to see Juventus struggle against this side. We've seen Juventus struggle all season. It's just, have we really turned the page on the season? And now's your time to prove that we have closed that book on what was a very, very miserable stretch as Juventus fans. Let's go ahead and continue on, though. And now let's move it more to the, the Mercado segment of the video. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the moves that can be made. Well, first up, we have a report, another one out of Gianluca Di Marzio, who's reporting about another fullback option that Juventus could be looking at. Right now, Juventus are keeping an eye on Arsenal player Nuno Tavares, currently on loan at Marseille. Again, I'm not going to comment on a lot of these until we really get closer to the date, but I'm putting this information out there. You guys can let me know your thoughts on these players. But at this point, it's just a new one out of the holster that they're shooting off, trying to link with Juventus. And right now, it just feels like pandering. It sounds like they're maneuvering until I see anything that I truly believe in and actually think, yeah, this is a guy that they're really going to go all in for. Then we'll talk about it. But right now, it's another name out of the holster. It's another one for you guys to at least look at and see what your opinion is. Okay, let's continue on though, and now let's more focus on the players that are here right now and what the moves, their futures look like. Have any of them? Maybe. We'll talk about Rabiot a little bit. Have they changed their fortune of the club? Will they be staying with Juventus? Well, first up, let's go ahead and get one out of the way. Alessandro, Gazzetta dello Sports reporting, basically just saying that the season will certainly be the last one in a Juventus jersey for Alessandro. The bianconeri will not offer the player a new contract, which expires in June. So, sayonara, Alessandro. I think it'll be better for everybody. My heart palpitations, if you will. It will do me much better to not see Alessandro again playing in the defense for Juventus. He's had a couple of good games this season, but it is what it is, right? All right. Another player that could be potentially on the chopping block, could be on his way out of Juventus. The Sun, again, the Sun. So take this with a massive grain, a cocaine-sized brick, if you will, of salt. I guess I should have said salt rock, I guess. Whatever. Tottenham remain interested in Weston McKennie. The Juventus are open to sell the Juventus. Juventus are open to sell. And they actually absolutely are open to sell. How hard will they push to try to go after Weston McKennie, and how much money could be on the table? We will see. It remains to be seen, though, at this point. It would be better for, I think, the fans, and I think the player would be better off going to the EPL, playing the EPL style, making EPL money. It'll be better for him. And then also for Juve, it'll be better for them because, one, Fagioli will actually get his proper playing time. You're not going to have Weston McKennie starting over him. Fagioli really seems to be coming into his own, and I'd hate to see that be stymied any bit at all by anything Max Allegri may do by playing him over, obviously, the Italian youth. All right. Let's continue on, though. We got two more to talk about. Adrien Rabiot, I mentioned him a little bit ago. What does his future look like? Has he instilled himself with the club? Have his better performances? Obviously, he is balling out this season, for being honest with, I think he's had 4 goals at least on the season. Corriere dello Sport, though, maybe we'll put a little bit of a damper on this if you're hoping to retain Adrien Rabiot. Though, I'll be honest with my opinion, I haven't really changed fully. I need to know that this isn't just hey, it's a renewal, it's a purchase year. I'm going to try harder, but once we get back to Adrien Rabiot of old, because he's had a multi-year deal, what will that be, right? Anyway, he goes on to Corriere dello Sport goes on to report the chances of Adrien Rabiot leaving Juventus in the summer remains very high. The French midfielder will not take a pay cut in order to stay in Turin, which there's two parts of this. I not that I expected Juventus to give him, work out a deal with him to do a massive pay cut. He should take a pay cut, if we're being honest. Though, if there are suitors like Manchester United was before, Chelsea, we talked about Liverpool recently, if they come to the table, they can probably pony up the cash that they need to pay the player. Also with Adrien Rabiot, if he's asking anywhere near the 10, 11, 12 million euro range, which is absolutely insanity, you can go ahead and hit the old dusty trail, if you will. I don't know. This also makes me think, does Juventus, Max Allegri, I know he likes the player, does he want to see out throughout this whole entire season how long they can just hold on to him and see if he really keeps performing, and then maybe try to offer him a deal? Or do you think maybe it'd be more beneficial to try to make a move in January, see if anybody will buy him for any sort of money, so that way you can get some kind of a plus valenza, if you will, off of this. All right. And then finally, one of the bigger news stories of the day is the report of the Brazilian player Danilo. Well, we have a report from Gazzetta dello Sport who's saying that Juventus want to give Danilo an even more important role within the squad, and will do so by offering him a renewal. Both parties could negotiate after the World Cup, although negotiations aren't expected to be long due to Danilo's happiness in Turin. Couple thoughts on this. There are times and moments where I feel like I'm on the Danilo train, that I'd like Danilo as a player. I do like him as a player. I don't know, and I'm wondering if this is something that I don't see personally, that maybe behind closed doors in the locker room kind of thing, that maybe he is a really good force as a leader for the club. We've seen one thing right now, Bonucci taking that armband from Chiellini, and when Chiellini left, Bonucci is nothing to fill his shoes. And right now, maybe Danilo is the better leader quality player that Juve have. We've had this discussion of who should be the next captain of Juventus. Is this what they're leaning toward? Is that why they want to keep Danilo? As a player, he's had some good games, but he's also had some stinkers, if we're going to be honest. I don't know what I feel about this move long term, especially when I was really pushing for, getting Molina, a player like that in the Mercado last summer. We'll see. I don't know. And also, Danilo's getting old. He's getting mighty old. Juve are going right after a lot of older players, and I'm not sure that this is a smart move long term, though. If he does have a really good relationship, if this is a chemistry thing, I can kind of understand maybe keeping him for a little bit longer. It'll be an interesting one for me to really see. I don't know. I'm torn on this one. I don't know if I feel confidence in keeping Danilo for a long term, though he has been a solid player in moments throughout his career at Juventus. Anyway, that'll do it for this edition of the news. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, stay notified for all of our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. You can follow my boy Julian Genotti at Genotti151. And of course, Alejandro Fancello at AlejandroBZ on Twitter as well. And of course, you can follow Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. We will see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to your old lady for me.